The Huskers are going bowling again, but this team wants more. Tonight, we'll chat about CFP possibilities and look forward to the huge blackout game against the Trojans of USC and get Jay's opinion on the black in Big Red Wrap-Up. Hi, everyone. I'm Michael Severe, and welcome to Big Red Wrap-Up on Nebraska Public Media. It's a blackout, but we won't keep you in the dark. We want to hear from you. You can connect with us on Facebook, on X, on Big Red page, all your questions, and you can email us or text us at nebraskapublicmedia.org. Our phones are also standing by, ready to take your calls. At the end of the show, we'll answer as many of your questions as time permits. Time now for a sideline survey. Last week, we asked you how the Husker season was going to end up. 5 games to play. How many would Nebraska win? And as you can see on the list, 3-2. Ooh, 3-2. Oh, that's tough. This week's question, Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon, close to locks for the CFP. Who's likely to be the 4th team to make it from the Big Ten? Iowa, Michigan, Nebraska, USC, or Washington? Obviously, this week is a big thing for that, but Nebraska is what the fans are saying. 37% say Nebraska. Here with former Husker Jay Moore and Sean Callahan. If Washington played better on the road, I might pick them because their quarterback's dynamic. But USC and Washington have not been really good home and road.
On the road, which was favors for Nebraska, obviously.
Yes, exactly.
But before we get there,
yeah, what do you think about when you look at that Northwestern game? Because again, this is the 3rd time where you've got defense closing out games, you've got a late drive to take the lead. I mean, it really is different than what it was last year.
100%. These one-score games that Nebraska's been involved in for the last 10 years, decade, that they've always come up short on, whether it's a special teams issue, turning the ball over late in the game, a defense giving up a last-second field goal, or they drive 60, 70 yards for a touchdown to end up win the game. I love the phrase, it was gritty over pretty, and that's what this season's been like so far. Other than Akron and Houston Christian, right? They've all been tough games. There are going to be battles, and I think Coach Rule alluded to that before the season. When you're in the Big Ten, a lot of one-score games. Big Ten's a tough conference, but I love the ability that they fight. I've always said this next play mentality. They have that, but it gets frustrating because they get off to these good starts.
Yeah.
First drive, they get off to a great start, and then the team's kind of hanging around. You get to come out the second half, you turn the opening kickoff, you get an interception, also hit by 2 scores. Like, okay, finally, let's close this deal out. They let this team's back in it, some issues offensively, defensively, but again, with a chance to win it, they make the necessary plays. And you have to tip your cap to that. I just think this team, with how young they are so far, and just with a lot of the depth at certain areas, we got to understand that's what's going to be the rest of the year.
Yeah, right.
It's going to be these uncomfortable situations. I firmly believe it's all going to be one-score games coming up for these last 4.
Sean, that last drive where they go 64 yards, they convert 4 third downs. Best drive, you think, of Dylan's career?
Yeah, Dylan goes 4 for 4 on third down throws for 46 yards, and those were high pressure. I mean, some of those were like 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9 type throws where if they don't make it, I mean, we're probably looking at possibly overtime at that point. So for Dylan, especially, it was a weird game. You know, usually Dylan is called upon more. They got the ball out of his hands so quick. It was a lot of short, controlled throws. Average time of throw was 2.2 seconds for Dylan in terms of how quickly he was getting the ball out. That final drive was the first time they went empty and just kind of said, you take us home. And I thought 2 things were the difference in the game. Obviously, the kickoff return, and then Dylan on that final drive. Northwestern's quarterback could not do what Dylan did on that final drive, and they didn't get the special teams points. I mean, those were the 2 really game changers. Both teams had 2 turnovers, and that kind of balanced itself out.
And it almost was over. So 21-6, Nebraska gets the stop, we thought, on 4th down. They review it, they give them the first down. Right at that point, you could see Nebraska maybe going down and scoring again, and it's over.
Yeah, I'm still...
Don't know what
I don't know what that was one of the strangest calls ever. I mean, it's like if a running back, got the first down but fumbles it, recovers it, the ball gets knocked back, recovers it, but then they give him the forward progress where he fumbled. It's the same. So I'd like an explanation, but you could say that it all broke even potentially with the hold on the sluggo that they ran a bunch of times during the game.
Yeah.
But that wasn't. It changed right there, and obviously they ended up scoring on that drive as well. Whenever you get those first downs on those fourth and those conversions, man, the momentum. College football is so much about momentum, and they got it. And it's just funny how in Nebraska we've seen it all multiple games now, it switches in a heartbeat, and it can switch back in your favor too.
Sure.
But that one was definitely, if they would have called it the correct way, I don't think it was necessarily over, but Nebraska goes up and gets another 3 points. All of a sudden it's 24-6. That's a drastically different football game from 24-6 to, what was that, 21-13.
Yeah, they convert 3rd and 7, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 5. One of those to Emmett, and it happened several times, Sean, where he just, with his pure sheer force of will, got first downs.
And Northwestern played that too high look, and Nebraska just ran downhill on that. But the key was Emmett made guys miss. It wasn't like the offensive line had huge holes. I mean, Emmett made 10 tacklers miss, which led all of college football for individual efforts last week.
It was usually at the second level, though, right? When a lot of times he cuts on air, but he was beating guys in the second level.
And there was one run where it was like the best 2-yard run you'll ever see.
Yes, the 4-yard run where he ends up getting the first down, where he was dead to rights.
But they had Dillon under center, and Emmett was just getting the ball and coming straight downhill. And I thought that was the approach. If Northwestern's going to play back with their shell, take advantage of it and run at it. And I thought Nebraska, it was a totally different Dana Holgorsen. And I'm sure Northwestern was not expecting Nebraska to be a 60+% run team after they had been showing to be more of a 70% passing team throughout the season.
Well, we certainly thought the Minnesota game should have been like this. They should have run the ball more. You see Emmett's numbers, 27 carries, 124 yards. I think it was 5.4 yards a touch that he had, too, when you throw in the 2 catches for 15 yards. But it feels like the game plan that maybe they should have had against Minnesota. You've got to almost say to yourself, I know Emmett's only one guy, but he's our best player, along with Dillon.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Dana said it today in the press conference. He gets better as the game goes on. He runs stronger. You got to feature him. Even when the blocking is not there for him, he can create on his own. And I think it's taken. And again, that Minnesota game, that's an anomaly in my opinion.
Hope so.
With how they prepared and just the game plan in general, I do hope so as well. But you have to trust him that you can give him the ball, give him 30 touches a game, he's gonna be fine. You can spell him with Mackay Nelson, you can spell him with Mosey at times, but he is darn good, and you better utilize him. And utilize him in the pass game, utilize him in the screen game, get him downhill. Those teams are gonna sit back in 2 high safeties with a 7-man box. Hey, force them to bring a guy down there.
Yep.
Hey, force us to stop it, and then that's when we're going to take our chances. But until teams are going to sit back in that cover 2, the 2 high shell, run the ball at them and keep doing it, and until they bring that extra guy on the box, and you better expose them that way.
Northwestern wasn't a high-pressure defense anyway, but only get 1 sack, and it happens to be on a play where Teddy Prohaska goes down.
Yeah, it was a play where Teddy's knee gave out, and unfortunately suffered his 3rd significant knee injury. Just has never been the same since that first half in 2021 when he held Aiden Hutchinson to nothing in the first half, and then went down, and his career kind of changed at that moment. It looked like Teddy was going to be a high-round draft pick at tackle, and a tough blow to see a local guy put so much time into it and have it end that way, because how much, and Jay can speak to that, how many guys go through injuries, and just to get yourself back to play and to have it go that way, it's tough, because they gave him the game ball, and they've qualified for a bowl game, so I'm sure Teddy will be around. But it's going to be a hard few months for him.
Yeah, talking to people, that former players in all sports, it's such a lonely feeling because you're away from the team, you're doing your rehab, opposite when they're doing their practice, and you're not around them,
Yeah, it's hard. Injury it's tough on your body, obviously, but it's more tougher mentally.
Yeah.
You're not around your teammates as much. You're just secluded. You're spending more time with the training. You develop great relationships with the training staff, which you don't necessarily want.
Right.
But it's hard. I mean, I had multiple injuries between, torn ACL, MCLs, broken ankles, torn biceps, and that's in college and in the second or NFL. It's very lonely. There's some players don't want to be around you because they don't want that bad juju of the injury bug.
Yeah.
Some coaches don't want to be. They won't talk to you if you're not playing, and it's hard to deal with. And I feel for Teddy. Being an Elkhorn guy like myself, but battling back and having that again, man. So I know he'll battle back and work through this, but it's never easy, man. And unfortunately, this is his 3rd time going through it, so that's a tough deal.
Let's talk defense. We mentioned at the end of the game, Nebraska had a chance to kind of put it away with their defense. Now, they did have the holding call, which was very beneficial. That took away the long run, but still put the pressure on Preston Stone to make him miss some throws late.
Yeah, you saw John Butler really dial it up late, as they said after the game, and they were pretty selective. They played a lot of guys, and because they knew Northwestern was going to be a heavy run team, So they were okay with some of the substitution just to put bigger, more physical bodies. You saw Sue Olafatu play.
Yep.
David Hoofkin continues to play. I thought Riley Van Poppel played one of his better games.
He did.
I mean, there were a lot of things that jumped out of the play up front. Still, though, they have not been a good sack team. I mean, other than a few Williams-Nwaneri moments and maybe McCollum moments, we have not seen Nebraska get to quarterbacks very well with 4, but they're getting off the field. They had some key stops. You know, Northwestern had a string of third downs, but when it mattered at the end, they made the plays.
You know what they did well? They tackled. I saw about 4 times where Sierra Wright had chances to make a tackle or the play would go for even more, and he made the tackle. So they tackled a lot better.
They did much better than the Minnesota game.
Yeah.
The perimeter tackles, sometimes those corners in those cover 2, they got to come downhill and make those plays on the edge and the perimeter. They did a really good job doing that. The havoc plays is rather concerning for this defense. Again, the pressures, they got to do a better job converting. Defensive linemen, you're never taught to rush down the center. Sometimes they got to you got to work a half a man, whether it's inside or outside. Obviously, you got to know where pressure's coming from and where your help is and where your other rusher's at.
Right.
But they're going down the middle too much. But you can do that, set it up, then you got to convert to a side. But it seems the interior guys, but just you're not getting enough pressure. And I'd like to get home with 4. You would think with how good the secondary is, the quarterback would hang on the ball a little longer and you can't get home. They just haven't done that. McCollum needs to get, can improve there as well. But I think Nebraska's going to, head into this week and going forward, it's hard knowing that you can't get home with 4. But it's good to know you're darn good on the back end. But Coach Butler is going to have to be a little more creative bringing pressures because it's trust your guys up front that you can get home with 4. It just hasn't been consistent enough.
Yeah. Offense did their job when they had to. Obviously, the defense did. Special teams, whether it be punting, of course, the kickoff return by Kenneth Williams. I know they didn't miss field goal, but, man, the special teams is so much better than it's been.
Yeah, you can talk about the 3-1 record in 1-score games. I mean, special teams has been a significant factor when you look at the block punt against Michigan State, the kick return at Maryland, the kick return this past week, the punt return yardage that Ja'Cory Barney's gotten. And then even factor this in, Nebraska has only allowed 1 punt return yard the whole season, Mr. Jet Committee Award.
And they're second in the Big Ten because Oregon's only allowed -1.
So that's and on the year, I think Nebraska's at 245 on the punt return side. So they're a plus 244 on punt return. I mean, whatever they're paying Mike Eckler, it's probably not enough because he has really given them an identity and it's played a difference to win these games. As you see Mike Eckler, and when he starts to celebrate, some of these older coaches want no part of that because he's very aggressive.
They have more punt return yards now than they did from 21 through 24 combined.
That's incredible.
In 1 year. It's crazy. Let's get to the highlights. Of course, finally, Matt Rule gets the big win to be bowl eligible on the first chance, kind of. So he was 1-8 before to become bowl eligible. We can finally stop showing that graphic. There is the Wildcat who was very excited to be in Memorial Stadium. And that's a lot of drama there with the smoke machine and everything. Nebraska comes out on fire a little bit. Nice RPO. We talked about this before. They've run that a couple times.
We have. That similar play that they had with Quinn Clark against Minnesota. Love that play call.
I do as well. Emmett Johnson came out kind of on fire as well, kind of, give him the ball early, get him going. That was an 8-yard run there. Then this is that 4-yard run I was talking about, Sean. That's incredible.
And we saw more second and third down runs on this drive alone, Michael.
Yes.
We saw the entire Minnesota
the whole game, I know. 9-yard touchdown run. Emmett Johnson up 7-0, feeling really good about the way they're playing. Preston Stone didn't make a lot of great throws, but this one, dropping it in the bucket, just getting it past over Andrew Marshall. Big catch there for 37 yards, one of their big plays of the game. And then again, Preston Stone, who really struggles to throw it outside the numbers, but pretty good inside. Sierra Wright with a great play there, forces the field goal. It's 7-3 at that point. Then, Emmett Johnson, again, as we talk about, making guys miss, getting into the secondary, making yards. That was a 15-yard gain there. This is a first. I didn't know if they made this one. I know late. It didn't like on the replay, but they gave it to him.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We'll take it. And then another time, I don't like the way they do this. They kind of take the athleticism away from Harburg by making him do that. I don't understand it, but they got the first down. That's not great play. They got the first down. And there's your 1 sack. Teddy Prohaska goes down. Another ACL. It's heartbreaking to think about all that kid has been through, but he's always there for Nebraska. Field goal attempt, 44 yards. Kyle Kinnanen misses his second field goal of the season, but it's okay. Nebraska starts playing well. They have a chance right here. Riley Van Poppel, you know what that feels like.
Oh, it does. That happens all the time.
The ball's just laying there, and it takes a weird bounce, and you don't get it. This was a great third down play. You had the Wes Welker route where it's
Dirk route.
inside,
Yep,
outside.
it's called the Dirk route by
That's a
some
great
people.
route.
Yep.
Sierra Wright makes the tackle on it, though. And then here's another example of some missed tackles. Didn't have a whole lot of them, but there's Sierra Wright saving the touchdown right there again.
Off tackle.
Yep.
Off tackle, Nebraska struggled stopping that play.
Yeah, outside zone is where, if you look at their numbers, are really where they're struggling. And luckily, Northwestern doesn't run a lot of outside zone. 7-6 after the made field goal. And then another great run, making guys miss, getting down the field. Again, Emmett Johnson having a great day. It's the most carries he's had in his career, right?
Yeah, 27. Most carries any back has had under Matt Rule.
That's awesome.
At Nebraska.
And then Mosey comes in and gives him a little bit of a break, gets another first down there, and then making a guy miss. But on that play, that's a fourth down play at the end of the half, you did have Dane Key come open for a second. He had a chance, but just didn't get it to him when he needed to. And then Kenneth Williams comes out to start the half. Kenneth Williams right now, under qualified players, right? He has enough kickoff returns. He is the leader in return average at kickoff in the nation. There's a couple guys that have it higher, but they aren't qualified like he is. They don't have enough returns. But incredible to think about where he came from and where he is. Kind of a throw behind him. And Donovan Jones, who had a really tough week against Minnesota, comes back and makes the interception. So good for him on that. Great. And then we mentioned this again, just the amount of running inside the tackle. We showed this one because of the 15-yard penalty. Dane Key wouldn't let go of him. So finally he gets frustrated. He hits Dane Key, he gets the 15-yard.
It's always the second guy.
It's always the second guy. It's so hilarious. It's always the second guy. And then you have a back shoulder throw that made it a little bit tougher than it had to be on Isaiah Hunter.
Didn't need to lob it, right?
No, he did not.
That could have been put more on the line.
You put down the line, and he's got him beat. But incredible catch. And we can see it from up top because you can see the line on the turf. Yeah, no doubt about that. And then comes back with Preston Stone, who actually does move pretty well. And one of the better throws he made outside the numbers. Nice throw right there to get a first down. And then one of the things about them is running inside. Those running backs run really hard. You know, that's why they had as many rushes as they did all season long. And then you have the face mask that puts them in position to be able to get this touchdown. It's a touchdown-saving tackle, but you obviously can't reach it right.
That's going to get called every time. This is the drive. This is the fourth down drive that they had right? This is the.
It is.
Yeah. They left that one out of the highlight.
Yeah, we didn't see that highlight. Touchdown run. Again, physical running back. And then they decide, you know, we're not gonna go for two here, what a lot of people do now, but they're gonna wait till later. This is talk about that. The end's got to think home.
Yeah, it's just I think that's Cam Lenhart. It's such a slow developing play. You're wondering what's going on. You're trying to squeeze the pocket down, the gaps down. He gets really turned in there, and he can't come out and make that play. You just got to be a little more patient and trust your technique.
Mafe makes the touchdown run, then 2-point conversion to tie it up at 21, putting a lot of pressure on Nebraska. But 11 minutes left. This is a tough throw. This happens. I know people are ripping Dylan for this. This happens to quarterbacks every single day in the NFL. You just get lost with the guy who's in the middle, especially in a situation where you're throwing RPO, because you're throwing, not throwing, and that happens a lot. You know, I mean, it's a bad throw.
That's happened a couple times. It's that similar look. But then, hey, you said it. This quarterback's going to throw you some interceptions.
He is going to throw you a pick.
A chance.
And he ends up throwing two, Preston Stone. And this is that drive we're talking. What a great play right there, Emmett Johnson to get the first down. Barely got there. Then you have to throw to Isaiah Hunter on 3rd and 7. You're going to break that down, get into that. The next one, of course, 3rd and 7 again for the third straight time. And this is the one that's not thrown past the sticks. Dane Key makes the guy miss, gets the first down. And then this is a play that I've been asking for all season. This is simple rub routes. You can call it pick, call it whatever you want.
Mesh routes.
Mesh route.
Those are man beaters, essentially. And a lot of teams like to run cover 2 man-to-man down in the short red zone. You got to utilize those rub routes, mesh routes, whatever you can to get these guys open.
And then Emmett runs incredibly hard to get into the touchdown right there to make it 28-21. This is one of the best catches you're going to see. That tight end played hockey in high school and moved to football and made a great catch there. And then you have the throw a little bit behind him here. And then, of course, the last play, you mentioned earlier, slug out against Andrew Marshall. He grabs a little bit, and then at the end, the ball ends up overthrown. But you know what? It was poorly called the whole day. It's not one thing, not one call. And then Emmett puts it away, making more guys miss. Could have gone for more, but what is it? No Moss play, right? Is that what Coach said? No Moss play.
Smart, get down.
Yeah, get down. Emmett finished 27 carries, 124 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You can see the numbers here, 296 yards. So Northwestern had more yards and more yards passing and more yards rushing But that was 2 interceptions to 1 interception. Also, you just
And the kick return side, yeah.
Kick return makes all the difference in the world. More people win because of special teams than almost anything that's going on nowadays in college football. Players of the game, not a shock. We mentioned it. Emmett Johnson, player of the game on offense. You look at his numbers and what he had. And then Donovan Jones bouncing back from the Minnesota game. Great tackle in the open field late in the game. And, of course, also had the interception as well. To break down a couple of the key plays from the win, let's go over to Mr. Moore for Jay's plays.
All right, welcome into Jay's Plays tonight. Let's take a look at a couple plays from that game-winning drive led by Dylan Royal, a couple 3rd and 7 conversions they had. This is one where Northwestern was able to get a decent rush on the left side, but Dylan does a fantastic job of stepping up in the pocket. A couple times we've seen him want to go out this way, and he kind of goes into pressure. I've been adamant about him stepping up, eyes down the field, and getting out. He does a fantastic job here finding Isaiah Hunter, so we can go ahead and run this. Dylan does a good job stepping up, clean pocket, boom. Could hit Lindemeyer, but doesn't. And Isaiah Hunter right here, excellent job stepping in the pocket, first down. So Nebraska does this again. Here, we're going to hit Dane Key. Nebraska's going to get a bunch formation, mesh route, right? Nebraska needs to do more of this. But Northwestern does not do a good enough job passing this off. Ideally, we call boxing this. This guy takes the first guy out. This guy takes the first guy in up top, and the other guy could have taken this guy. They miscommunicated here, which Nebraska took advantage of this. They're able to get Key right here on the flat. Does a good job of finding him, catches it in time, is able to break a tackle, get upfield, boom, break that tackle right there, another first down, keep the chains moving for Nebraska, and able to get that touchdown for the game-winning touchdown and lead. But let's send it back to Michael.
Next up, we'll be joined by the Omaha World Herald sports editor and, of course, reporter Sam McEwen. And we'll hear from the coaches about USC, and we go a breakdown from Hurrdat Sports back in 2.
I love the league giving Lincoln Riley 14 days to get ready for us. Thanks, guys. I say that tongue in cheek, obviously, but that's how much respect I have for Lincoln. I divide college coaches up into 2 categories. Guys, if I see them, at a bar or a restaurant and they don't see me, that I'd walk in and say hello to, and guys I just keep walking past. And Lincoln Riley's a guy I'd go sit down with. So I think he's an awesome guy and a great coach. Well, if you lose the game, it's it's like, what's the point? So, of even thinking that way. But I do think there's something to our guys. I've said since day one, because the first year we were 5-3 and we went 4 games in a row where we had to win. I said, you need to learn how to win in November. Like, doesn't matter what happens in September. It doesn't really matter what happens in October. Like, you need to learn how to win in November.
It's gonna be weird seeing it in black. Every game I've played here has been all red, and so I couldn't tell you. I know it's gonna shock everybody. I know everyone thinks that they know what it's gonna be like and things like that, but it'll be one of those games that will be remembered around here for a long time.
Have our brand be our brand, but this is something I think is just unique to the DNA of Nebraska. Now, I would not have put this in here for the press conference. I'm not even thinking about this, but they did it. So they heard me talking. Somebody might have heard me talking about it when I walked. You heard me, Amy, talking when I walked in. Said that's stupid. There was one, Sam, that like I don't mean to cut you off there. Just I think Sam asked me a question like a year ago, like
Welcome back. Sam McEwen joined us, Neil Mahal World Herald, close personal friend of the head coach.
Right.
He's mentioned a lot. Mm-hmm. Sam, when's the last time there's been a game of this significance in November for Nebraska football?
It's probably been a really long time. I was thinking about that today, and it's a good question. I mean, you could probably go back to maybe the Riley era, but that was on the road at Wisconsin. That was not a home game.
Right.
And so that 2016 game, I think, of course, the Michigan State game was big that year, but Nebraska wasn't very good that season. They certainly weren't 6-2. And so you're probably going back,
2013, I think.
Yeah, you're probably going back to that Michigan State game in 2013 when they came into town, and what would have been the Legends?
Yes, it was still
division was on the line.
They clinched,
Michigan State won the Big Ten championship that year, and Nebraska fell a little short in that game. Tommy fumbled near the goal line, and that was sort of the game. But it's been a long time. The crowd's going to be juiced. It's probably going to be as juiced as it was for Colorado. And it was for Miami. But you're right, those games were in September. They weren't in November. So this is going to be fun because it's going to be autumn weather. It's not going to be 88 degrees, so fans are going to be really fired up.
Let's just stick with the USC game so far. How do you feel heading this week after what you've seen with the Minnesota? Now you saw them bounce back against Northwestern, but knowing that USC has struggled on the road so far this year, how are you feeling on Tuesday of USC week?
There's multiple intangibles at play here. USC's 2-5 in Big Ten road games since they joined the league. USC's also had 2 byes in the last month. And so they're going to be a fresher team than Nebraska, which is playing its 5th straight week. And so that's going to be a challenge. The other thing is the weather will maybe play a little bit of a factor. It's going to be cooler. It was 85 degrees today, as Dana Holgorsen said, in Bel Air, which isn't exactly where USC practices, but close enough.
Close enough.
And so, there's going to be a weather factor. There's going to be a freshness factor. I think USC is probably going to be a little healthier. And then USC's maybe got a little bit better players at certain spots. The coaches mentioned today they have 4- and 5-star athletes. They didn't mention that for no reason. They mentioned it for a reason. USC's got really good football players. Nebraska's going to have to play, I think, probably its best game of the season in order to win. But I think they got a chance because of that crowd's going to lift them.
Sean, those 2 wins are just Purdue and UCLA, right? They are. Yeah, not the best win.
And the UCLA one's barely counts,
it's across town.
Because it's
not really a road
there's
game,
like 20,000 USC fans there. But they have not been good on the road. They lost at Maryland and Minnesota and Illinois. I think Nebraska's as good as any of those teams from last year this year.
Sam, how surprised were you to see Dana Holgorsen kind of just flip his playbook to almost like a 60-70% run, almost like look more like Satterfield's offense that they were running this past week?
No question, Sean. The week before, it didn't look like anything that they wanted it to be. And you had mentioned it in a question that you asked about the balance. And it was completely out of balance at Minnesota. And we didn't really understand it. I thought in this game they got back to who they wanted to be. And I think they got the ball to Emmett Johnson and they got downhill. And that helped them to sort of get that pass game going. When they needed the pass game late, guess what? It was there. And they were able to make all the plays that they wanted late in that game, but they had to establish the run early. I think they got to do that against USC. USC's run defense isn't that good, for one thing, and for another, they've got to find a way to keep USC's offense off the field. If USC gets 14 possessions in this game, they're going to score 35 points and they're going to win.
Yeah, I think after that Notre Dame game where they gave 300 yards rushing, they've been spending the week off getting for that. But I had this question asked to me yesterday. If you were going to put a check mark by one side for Nebraska, defense versus USC's offense, is there anything that Nebraska has the advantage in?
That's really interesting. I think there's areas where Nebraska can cover USC in certain spots. I do like Sierra Wright against Mekhi Lemon. As good as Mekhi Lemon is, I think Sierra Wright's going to be super motivated for that game, and I think he's going to cover him. And Mekhi Lemon works a little bit in the slot. He's a little bit outside. I think there's an opportunity there. I think if Nebraska is able to bring some exotic pressures, they might be able to get to Meava and get him to the ground. I don't know that they're going to get a ton of sacks, but this is a guy that will hold on to the ball. He has thrown some passes this year, look like optical illusions. How did they come in? How did he drop them in? They got to pick a couple of those off because I think he's been able to hit some incredible throws this year. Maybe this is the weekend where he makes 2 bad throws and Deshaun Singleton or somebody is there and makes a turnover, and that gets Nebraska's offense going. I think 2 turnovers is what Nebraska needs to win this game.
He's only been sacked 6 times, by the way, all season long.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
He's very elusive.
Nebraska's got to increase the havoc.
Oh, definitely.
But that's the tough scenario we've seen that with John Butler wanting to be aggressive, kind of holding back the dogs, it's at times, and the Minnesota. That's what's surprising to me, and same as it's been surprising to you when your secondary is so good that you're almost hesitant to call the pressure because they know they can cover, and they cover darn well. And at times they want to sit back there and only rush 3 or 4 and not get home. And then it kind of bites them in the rear end when it really matters.
You're right. It's interesting that at times they will only bring 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they bring 6, they don't get all the way there. And the last 2 plays of the game against Northwestern, they actually only brought 4. And they just did it in an exotic way, and they were able to get guys free at Preston Stone, the quarterback. But here's the thing that I'm going to say about their pass rush. If you go back to your senior year, you're an anchor on one side, Adam Carricker's an anchor on the other. The 2 of you are larger than any of their defensive tackles. And you guys had men inside. And you guys were all pretty old and you were pretty tough. And I think Nebraska's defensive line will be that way in 2 years. They're just not there right yet. They're a little undersized. And I don't think they can just bring 4 and overwhelm the people in front of them. And so they've got to get there. The best pass rusher they had, and Sean knows this, from last year is at Ole Miss, and he just had 2.5 sacks, 4 tackles for loss against Oklahoma. That was their best pass rusher. And he left. Probably that was okay that he did, but the reality is they've got to replenish that unit, and they've just got to get larger. Keona Davis, when he's a senior, will be 6'5" and about 295. Right now he's 275. Last year he was 255. So he's in the process of becoming that butt kicker that he's eventually going to become, but he's not quite there yet.
They need that Titus Adams 2005 guy.
Well,
they need him, who grew to like 305 pounds.
Yeah,
they need a guy like that.
Having Titus, Lakeven Smith,
Yes.
Barry Cryer, and Oladokun, those guys were.
You had depth.
We had depth.
and size.
Stu
And
Bradley,
ball players. You guys have ball players.
Yeah.
Octavian.
Yeah.
I always talk about how great people don't respect how loaded those teams were. Lots of cups of coffee. A lot of guys who had long careers.
Oh, yeah.
In the NFL.
Like Octavian played in the league.
Played a lot of guys played in the league.
Cowboys,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, we had.
Butler's doing a good job with this group. I think he's doing a good job because they're a little undersized and they're a little young, and they haven't quite grown into that. We're talking 19-year-old guys all over the place out there. When they're 21 and 22, I think you're going to see this become an elite defense. It's already pretty good against the pass.
Sam, we're going to be gearing up now, too, for one of the biggest off seasons in college football with this coaching carousel. With LSU that just opened, we know Penn State, and a lot of these big jobs. I mean, what do you anticipate the months ahead to look like in college football with the player movement, the coaching movement, the assistant coach movement? I mean, is it like anything we've ever seen before?
I don't think it's going to be like anything we've ever seen. No, and they didn't have a ton of firings last year, and so this year there was going to be more. Nebraska's got to hold on to its coach, for one thing. And beyond that, I think Nebraska's got to find a way to go out and get the right pieces to put together regardless of what happens in the coaching situation. And just as a nationwide thing, you're going to see movement all over the place. I think of a guy like Washington's quarterback, Damon Williams. He's an awfully good player.
He's a really good player.
Now, is Jed Fish going to be there next year? I'm not sure he will. Is Damon Williams going to go with his coach?
Yeah.
Or is he going to stay at Washington? Or is there going to be a third school he goes to where he turns into a Cam Ward? Now, granted, he's not as tall as Cam Ward, but there's an example of a guy where I'm like, that guy's not going to be there next year probably, and where is he going to go? Players like that are going to be game changers wherever they land, and it could be Clemson, it could be Florida, it could be anywhere that his coach goes or that he decides to go.
Let me ask you this, because obviously it's Indiana, Ohio State, 1A, 1B. Then it's Oregon. Who's the fourth team at the end of the season that will have a shot to get in the CFP out of the Big Ten?
That's a great question. I think that if you were going to ask me for a fourth team right now, it would be USC.
Okay.
I think they've got just a little bit better offense than some of these other teams, and I think down the stretch, they do obviously have to win at Nebraska. They have to win at Oregon, which is very hard, and they have to beat Iowa. Iowa has the schedule that makes it possible.
Yep.
And the reason I say that is because they host Oregon, and that's a hard place for any team to win as Kinnick. And then they go to USC, winnable there, and then they have not lost at Nebraska since 2011.
Yeah.
And so even though I think Nebraska's a road game and a tough one, Iowa has a chance. So I'd say it's USC, Iowa, Washington maybe, then Nebraska. I think
Washington can't play
Nebraska's
on the
got
road,
a hard.
man.
They got a hard schedule. Nebraska does, but if they can win this weekend,
Yeah.
you never know. It could take off, and it could be really interesting.
How impressed are you with what Kirk Ferentz has done at Iowa? Because I think we all kind of counted them out,
Yeah.
and now they're playing some of the best football we've seen them play in a few years.
They're doing what Iowa always does.
Yep.
But this time they've got a running quarterback as opposed to a guy that's 264 pounds and stands there like the guy they had 2 years ago. And so that's the difference. They went out and got a guy that can beat you with his legs and not just his arm. And as a result, they're going to be a threat down the stretch. Now, I don't know if they're going to beat Oregon, but if there was one stadium in the Big Ten where I was like, a team could pull an upset, it's Kinnick. They've done it before.
They've done it.
It'll be
They've done it
colder
before.
probably.
Yeah.
They've done it before, so if they pull that off, just imagine if Nebraska beats USC and then they beat UCLA and they do whatever they do at Penn State and they're 9-2 and Iowa's 9-2.
Right.
On the day after Thanksgiving on Black Friday, you could be talking about a CFP knockout game, 11 a.m. on CBS. There's a chance for that.
Wouldn't it be
And
great
that
at
would-
night? It'd be great at night.
It would be great at night.
It'd be a great night game.
I know.
Gonna
It's
be at
gonna
11.
it's going to be 11.
Yeah.
It's going to be, breakfast after Thanksgiving. But if that happens, then that rivalry that everybody's kind of been waiting to kind of kindle is finally there. 9-2 and 9-2 would be really fun.
Let me ask you this. There's a couple reports out there, I think they came from On3, that it looks like maybe there is an extension, a huge extension, in the works for Matt Rule here. Do you think that's coming?
I think it's distinctly possible. The way that Matt Rule has talked about the job since the Penn State job came open leads me to believe that he feels like there's a future here. Not just what he said on McAfee about the destination job, but the comments he made the very first day. Now, would he make comments about wanting to set up this roster going forward if he intended to walk away from it? I'd be surprised. I know that Nebraska is quiet about this right now. This would be an interesting week to announce it. This would be a good week to announce it in the lead up to this particular game. But I feel like in his heart of hearts, Matt Rule may not think that this job is done here. It's just not done yet.
Right.
And if he leaves now and he goes to Penn State, and I think he'd have an opportunity to go there, I think he would leave knowing that he hadn't quite turned it all the way around the corner like he did at Baylor. When Dave Aranda took that job over, they won the Big 12 championship 2 years later. I don't know that Nebraska's quite there yet, so I feel like he just doesn't think the job's quite done. But we'll see.
What do you think an extension looks like, though, at this point? He'd had 5 years already remaining on his
He already
contract.
makes a lot of money.
And his contract salary is going to be higher than Kurt Signetti's new
right.
contract.
Yeah.
Twice.
So what does it, you can't really give him much more than 5 more years that he's going to be carrying. His salary pot can't get, is it about money for the players? What do you think the extension is going to entail if he gets one?
So I think you could add 2 to 3 more years to it. You could take it from 90% guaranteed, which it is now. That's what Trev negotiated at the time, and I was very proud of it. And you could take that to 100% guaranteed. So those are 2 things that you could do. And then I think you have to put into place a feeling that, like, you're going to be able to renegotiate the multimedia rights deal, right? And the apparel deal, because where your money from this point forward is coming to get to that $30 or $40 million number is actually going to come through the Adidas contract and the Playfly contract. And so if Nebraska can make progress there, I think they're going to be in good shape. This isn't about Joe Donor opening up his wallet and saying, here's $100. That can help a little bit, but this is more about those big ticket items that Nebraska's got to, the corporate pieces, they got to get in line. And I think that in a lot of ways, this job at Nebraska is a better job than currently at Penn State, and for one reason. Penn State is hiring someone to build a resume that is equal to James Franklin. They're not even, I don't even think they care that much about the culture. They're just like, get us to the playoff and win a bunch of games.
Right.
Does any coach really, really want that? Not many. They're like, I don't know if that's what they really want. That's what Brent Venables has at Oklahoma. Brent Venables was hired to go there and do exactly what Lincoln Riley did. He's struggling to do it, and I think James Franklin set up the exact same situation at Penn State. And so I don't know. Maybe Rule wants to go work for his friend, but at the same time, maybe he doesn't.
Sam, we appreciate it. Don't forget to wear black. We'll see you on Saturday.
All right.
When we come back, we're going to talk some recruiting and look ahead to the Trojans and top plays. All right, time for top plays. You guys voted on them. There is the game-clinching touchdown by Emmett Johnson, battling through about 3 different defenders to score the touchdown. Number 2, Isaiah Hunter, toe drag swag, getting his foot in for the touchdown. A huge play, back shoulder throw, touchdown after the review. And then, of course, kickoff return, Kenneth Williams, how far has he come this season? It's incredible. He went from no one knows his name really to being the guy that has the best average for kickoff returns in the whole country. Think about that, and the blocking on this is incredible. There's about 4 or 5. Wacker has a heck of a block. Caleb Benning has a block. All these blocks in this. It's incredible to look at what these guys did to get Kenneth Williams in for the touchdown. All right, Sean Callahan joining us to talk some recruiting. Big recruiting weekend with USC in town.
Yeah, you look at the recruiting weekend ahead for, this is as big as it's going to get in a while. I mean, maybe till the spring. And they knew this was going to be a night game, so they've kind of said all in. And you're looking at probably 50 like offer level guys that will be here. 25 plus that are of the high level. Tonight I want to highlight a handful, Michael, of some of the 2027 players that are going to be here. Ahmad Hudson at tight end will be making a return trip. He's a
Ruston High School.
He's a dual sport athlete, also being recruited as a D1 basketball player.
I believe it.
And then a couple of big-time offensive linemen. Jake Hildebrand out of Basha High School. They actually played Millard South last year.
Yeah, yep.
He's one of the top tackles in the country for 2027. And then Aaron Washington, one of the top corners in the country out of Mater Dei. So they have gone all in to bring in a lot of names. These are probably 3 of the bigger ones that jump out. But the list of 4 and 5-star guys is heavy. Ahmad Hudson, though, anyone that went to the 7-on-7 event, he was outstanding.
Right.
And he made a great connection with Trey Taylor that day.
Got a couple touchdown catches as well. Let's talk about the guy who's probably the biggest fan of Nebraska, and it's Trey Taylor. He's everywhere.
So Trey Taylor will be back again, no surprise, this weekend. And he's having a good season. He had a huge win. They've lost just 1 game. He's putting up some numbers. But Trey, this weekend for him, it's so important for him to be around these guys because it's a lot of 2027 and 2028. It's not really a 2026 weekend. And that's the difference. Like getting Trey Taylor to be committed this early to Nebraska has been critical because he is kind of like the host for all these guys when they come in. Where when Dylan Raiola committed, they never really were able to take advantage of that.
He's the lead recruiter. Appreciate it, Sean. Trivia question now. From 1969 to 2003, Nebraska didn't miss a bowl game. Since 2004, how many bowl games have the Huskers been to? And our winner, Rebecca Crowell, got it right. 12 bowl games after, of course, last year's bowl. She's going to win a copy of our own Sean Callahan's new book about the Huskers program, Nebraska, curated history of the Cornhuskers. This week's winner will be announced on next week's show. This week's trivia question is an easy one. In 1970, the Huskers won their first national title and went 11-0-1. Who was the tie against? I think you should have to put the score down as well. Let's do some Husker history. Husker history takes us back to January 1st, 1971 in the Orange Bowl against LSU. I've watched this game a couple times. Bobby Devaney looking for the Huskers' first title. The Huskers' ground game was dominant. Joe Arduña scored that first quarter TD, and in the fourth quarter, down 12-10, Jerry Taggy scored the game winner from 1 yard out. It not only was a great play, it then became a bunch of placemats throughout the state of Nebraska in everyone's house. 17-12 win. And an interesting historical note, in 1970, Congress banned smoking TV, ads on TV. But since the spots were already sold, they moved back the ban by 1 day. So this was the last live sporting event to have cigarette ads in it. And what was the brand, the last ad? The same brand that was always in the Flintstones, Winston. Winston was what Fred Flintstone smoked behind the house on the Flintstones.
Hey, you learn something new every day.
You learn something every day. All right, let's turn our attention to the team Nebraska has never beaten. We welcome in Scott Schrader from On3 USC Scoop. Hey, Scott, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Let's talk about the road-home splits. Is it more about just who USC's played on the road, or is there actually a concern there, the difference between being there in L.A. and anywhere else?
Hey, if you look back to especially these past 2 seasons, there's something to USC having a difficult time on the road. Last season, the only road victory they had was UCLA. So this year they've gone on the road. They beat Purdue and so they've done a little bit better than they did last year up to this point. But the the way that a lot of the fans and us in the media are looking at this game is it's a big test for USC on the road. It's going to be in a environment that's going to be loud and crazy. I mean, I can't wait to see it and be a part of it myself. But no, they've had problems on the road.
Scott, USC has been able to run the football really, really well this year. But that's being said with the stable has been banged up all year. How have they been so consistent at running the football now that they're on their third or fourth running back so far going into the 8th game?
You know, you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line coach, Zach Hansen, on that. He took over for Josh Henson, who's now at Purdue. And, you know, the line play has been light years better than it was last year from a consistency perspective. And, you know, and they've got their starting left tackle that's been out for the last couple of games, and their starting center has as well. So they probably are going to be getting the left tackle back for this game on Saturday. But I think that it comes down to that. I just think the 2 running backs that they brought in through the transfer portal last year, and Wayman Jordan and Eli Sanders, were just exceptionally good. But, you know, now you've got King Miller, who is a walk-on, 3rd-string running back, and you had Brian Jackson, who wasn't even dressed for the first half of the Michigan game. And the beginning of the 3rd quarter, he runs up the tunnel and puts his uniform on and comes in and scores a touchdown. So, yeah, it's pretty impressive the way they've been running the ball. They did struggle last week against Notre Dame, but it's definitely been something I think that's been a high point for USC this season offensively.
Scott, year 2 in the Big Ten. How have you seen USC just adjust how their roster is built to handle this league, and even just maybe how they adjust to some of the trips and traveling after doing it year 1 now going into year 2?
Yeah, they've changed some stuff up with the way that they're traveling for sure. When they went to Illinois, you know, it's not only flying into Chicago, but then you have a 2-hour drive after that. So they left a couple of days early for that game. Notre Dame was a 7:30 p.m. kickoff, so they left the day before for that game. But recruiting wise, they're definitely recruiting differently than they had when they were in the Pac-12. Their size is the biggest factor on the guys that they're bringing in right now, especially on the lines. And you have to look at that also when you're recruiting your secondary and your linebackers as well. I don't think they're quite there with where they want the roster to be, but you know what program is. But they've definitely changed that up, and I think they've been a little bit slow, maybe on the roster development and all that kind of stuff. But overall, this team is far, far bigger and stronger than the team was 2 years ago.
Hey, Scott, we appreciate it. Will you see you Saturday in the press box?
Yeah, look forward to seeing you guys.
All right, take it easy. Let's take a look at the Big Ten standings and where Nebraska is and where everyone else is as well. Indiana, of course, sitting there on top. Ohio State, Oregon, and then as we talked about, who's your next team of those 4 or 5? Is it Michigan, Iowa, USC, UCLA, or Nebraska? Some interesting games around the Big Ten this week. Big Ten has Penn State looking for their first Big Ten win in Columbus against top-ranked Buckeyes. Second-ranked Indiana goes in the road. Maryland. Illinois looks to bounce back. They host Rutgers. Of course, Illinois fell out of the rankings. But going into the rankings, Ohio State is still number 1. Indiana is number 2. Oregon is number 6. Michigan is 21. And USC is number 23. Let's look at the current survey for this week. Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, close to locks for the CFP. Who's likely the most 4? Who's the 4th team? And fans here saying it's Nebraska at 37%. Then a bunch of 20% between Iowa, Michigan, and USC. And then Washington coming in at 3%. That's your 4th in the Big Ten right there, looking at those. Let's talk about the schedule and what Nebraska has coming forward. Obviously, they have the USC game. USC and Nebraska both have been very good special teams-wise. But it certainly feels like that Nebraska's at a point now where you expect to have a play on special teams.
100%. Whether it's kickoff returns, punt returns, punt block situations, there's something that they're forcing the situation. I think in years past, Nebraska, it was a liability. I think they were just like, oh my God, I hope we can snap this ball. I hope we can get the hold down. I hope we can just field the punt to get our offense out there. This is 100% Mike Eckler's crew has changed it. And this was one of the best hires Coach Rhule has had, and since he's been here, and it's shown. And I fully expect it. They will find any nook and cranny to exploit a team. If you're not on if you're not disciplined on gap assignments and pump block situations, they're going to exploit you. And it's fun. It's finally have that to be a weapon and utilize it. And I fully expect the same. I mean, Notre Dame took back a kickoff against USC just a few weeks ago, and I would expect them to do the same, whether it's on the kick return or punt return game.
Yeah. Sean, what's the reaction kind of been on your board and stuff about the blackout? Joe Melcorn, it's not go big black, it's not go big white, it's go big red, stop with the gimmick uniforms. What's the reaction been on your board?
I think most are okay with it. And look, you get the sense Nebraska almost Penn State does the whiteout. Just picking up on things that Matt Rule had said this week. I wouldn't be surprised if Nebraska wants to do a blackout almost every year. I feel like a night game like this that they can stage. Matt Rule said he wants to wear the blacks once a year at home when it makes sense. So I would not be shocked at all if we see this again down the road. And they're kind of behind. I mean, all the press releases are in black this week.
Websites
all the social media avatars. I mean, they have gone all in.
The flags at the stadium.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Jay?
I like it. I'm totally.
The black shirt likes it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why. I'm would have been a fan of the whiteout, and we can,
Or they're all reds.
Yeah, I don't mind that as much, but I like it. It's cool. I think in today's day and age of football, obviously Oregon kind of started this whole shtick, but I'm all for it. I think it's fun. I think the fans will embrace it. And if they want to do it once a year, let's find that one game that they can do it every year on a night game.
I'll take this one. Tim says a pet peeve of mine also are corners and safeties not turning for the ball, even if the secondary is beat, trying to catch up and watch the receiver's eyes reaction. That's when you should turn and look for the ball, defend the pass properly. That's not actually correct. That's not the way it's taught by the best cornerback. You're in phase. The last thing you want to do is turn, because then you lose the person you're in phase with. That's an old-fashioned theory of having to turn your back. And as long as you don't touch the receiver, you're okay. Just get your hand between the hands. Hands are like this. You come between them. You knock the ball away. Do not turn your head, because that's when you lose a guy, then he goes on.
In man-to-man situation, you play the hands.
Yes.
There's always a rule in man-to-man coverage. You see the ball thrown, you will see the ball caught.
Yes, exactly.
That's the rule of thumb in man-to-man. Now in zone, you can play the quarterback, you can play the routes, but in your man situation, you got to play the hands 100%.
Sean, what do you think the record would be? This is Wes from Facebook. Without Mike Eckler, what do you think the record would be this year?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there was 2 more losses. I mean, you think about the Michigan State game and how big that block punt was, and you think about last week's kick return. I mean, those were easily 2 games they could have lost.
The kick return at Maryland as well.
And the kick, I mean, so if not 3, 2, for sure, probably 2 more losses.
Yeah, easily. And the fact that we don't even worry about the snap, holder, and kicker for the most part on extra points, where we had to worry about that for a couple of years. You're not worrying about that. Dave from Lincoln, he says, who's the leading rusher in the Big Ten Conference? Well, it's Justice Haynes right now for Michigan, but number 2 is Emmett Johnson. Adam says, why does our secondary get beat a lot? Not necessarily true.
Not necessarily. I mean, this is still one of the top secondaries statistically in the Big Ten and in the country.
In the country, yeah.
I think people got to remember that other teams have scholarships. They have good coordinators, they have good coaches. They're going to get beat. There's sometimes in defense, there's certain areas where they can exploit you, and you'll give that up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't rarely been beaten over top. I mean, they're going to give up some plays. Listen, defending a sluggo, a slant and go, and man-to-man coverage, that's hard.
Especially on third down.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And especially when it's going to the sticks, that's really hard. You're going to give up. You're playing quarters coverage. You're going to give up some passes underneath because you can't get beat over top. So, yeah, there's good talent out there too. This is the greatest secondary ever invented.
Yeah, I was sitting next to a young man from the Daily Nebraska, and I had the same question, Sean. His Husker Russ says, why doesn't Quentin Ives get more time? Where's his reps?
He came in for a blitz pickup.
You did?
They brought him in for one play, but I think that's kind of his role. He's probably a better overall because he's bigger. And he can pick up a linebacker in a blitz better than Emmett Johnson. That's when we saw him play. But right now, I mean, Mekhi Nelson and obviously Mosey are the 2 and 3, maybe code 2. I thought Mekhi Nelson looked good in his 1 or 2 opportunities as well.
Yeah, and also Quentin Ives is playing on special teams as well. Let's get your burning questions.
My burning question is, does Nebraska have enough firepower on offense to match up with Lincoln Riley in this USC offense?
Yeah, defensively, this is a big one for the Big Red. Can they limit USC's possessions? If they can keep this offense off the field, Nebraska's definitely had a chance.
My burning question is, can Dylan Raiola hit some long passes? The last 2 weeks, he's really struggled. 2 of 11 overall, over 15 yards. Can he hit some of those to be able to stretch and move back that secondary for USC? For our picks on how the game will go on Saturday, check the prediction on Facebook, X, Big Red Wrap-Up's webpage. As a reminder, the next game on TV will be this Saturday, primetime on NBC at 6:30. And next Tuesday night, we'll be right back here. Nebraska Public Media will recap the USC game and get you ready for the game on the road against UCLA. That's at 7 p.m. on Nebraska Public Media. You can also tune in to Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and our website, nebraskapublicmedia.org. And if you have those fond memories from big high school games, High School Classics is back for a new season, and a new episode drops on Wednesday. And we'll have some volleyball for you as well. Saturday night, 7 p.m., 12th ranked Creighton Blue Jays battle Marquette. Our thanks to Sam McEwen and Scott Schrader. For Jay Moore and Sean Callahan, I'm Michael Severe. We'll see you next week on Big Red Wrap-Up.